Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sunless Skies. In the last episode we did the Parsifal. We have the commander on board our ship right now, and I think today we're going to go to Albion, go to London, drop him off, see what that story's all about. We have a couple of other things we need to do in London, but firstly, let's make sure that we sell our munitions to the parsimonious chairman. He's delighted and pours us some brandy, and we got some experience there, which is always nice. They're selling... Ooh. They're selling munitions. I could buy back the munitions I just... Sure. Why not? I can't get to my bank from here, can I? No. I realise that I probably should take some barrels of unseasoned hours. How much is 3 of those? 240? Is that cheaper than me just paying to go through the gate? Oh, wait. I need to speak to the parsimonious chairman. I need to turn in my tackety nameplate. Ooh. I can also report my success. The Ionical Reformist has been disgraced. Make sure you have 3 spaces in your hold. A dreadful tragedy, but the good people of New Winchester deserve to know the moral character of their champions. Best learn it now, before she's in a position of leadership. He opens a large red book, indicating you may leave. As you do, he frowns over his glasses. I'm going to have to keep a close eye on your career, Captain. Wow, we got 1,000 experience for doing this. Oh, 3 barrels of unseasoned hours. We might be able to use that to go to Albion. And 1 cryptic benefactor. We can write a port report while we're here. We may as well. Let's do I want to do a messenger? Greet me at the station? Join the Lammas Fair? What is this? I don't think I've ever seen this before. Hang on a minute. A messenger greets you at the station. He has the scrubbed pink face and immaculate hair of a natural-born butler. He holds a placard with your name. Is this just the industrialist? I may have done this. The messenger explains that he is, as you already guessed, a butler. His master has heard much about your exploits and is quite desperate to meet you. He hands you a card with an address. You recognize it as a neighborhood of particular wealth and prominence. Yes, the bleak industrialist. I'm going to ignore this for now, but I will take the cryptic benefactor. Let's go back to the parsimonious chairman, hand in our tackety nameplates. Do I want another ministry stamped permit? I have enough plates for it. I could just get money. Let's go with the ministry stamp permit. Why not? Never hurts to have too many. He signs your account with a distant smile, like an elderly aunt introduced to her newest relative. Producing a heavy stamp and a sheaf of documents, he angles the stamp just so that on every crisp page is an identical mark. We're tolerated by the Tacketies. I think the way that I'm going, both sides are just going to hate me. It's going well. Right. Is that everything I need to do here? I think it is. We have enough fuel and supplies to get to London from... You know what, let's play it safe. Right. Because I always think that this gate puts you right next to London. It does not. It puts you off in the middle of bloody nowhere, if I remember correctly. But let's go through the Albion Transit Relay. Let's present ourselves to customs. We have nothing to hide as far as I am aware. The custom agents are currently busy. They stamp your form without even checking your cargo. Wow. Do we go second class? We can go first class with our ministry stamp permits, but you know what, let's go second class. I'm cheap. Hey, my terror still fell. Apparently I just got a new facet, or I could get a new facet. Far travelled. I don't know what that is. Can I actually look at my facets? No, I don't think I can I? I guess when we level up we'll find out. Right, we are here. London is over here. I believe our mission was to go to London, so for two things, we have the ambition, and we also have delivering the Christmas card. Yes, and to London. Alright, well, to London we go. And we have to drop off our good friend, Mushroom Man. I say good friend rather loosely, we're not actually friends. I just kind of recovered his corpse. I don't actually know if he's dead. Because he kind of went limp, didn't he, when we pulled him from the wall? So he might not still be alive. We could just have a mushroom corpse in the back. But hopefully he'll get his, hero's burial for being one of the first captains to explore the Reach. Oh, hello, Monitor. Of course, the Windward Company are always going to be in charge here. I always found it weird that the Winchester War, which kind of makes sense considering, it's in the Reach and that's where Winchester is, but I'm kind of weird how it doesn't go anywhere else. You'd think that once the Tacites had pushed in the Reach that they may try to push to London or something, but they kind of don't. They just leave it there. At least from my knowledge, I haven't actually done anything. A windswept habitation. The enterprise of Albion does not rest. Its skies are littered with abandoned construction, derelict factories from its earliest foundation. Homes that have yet to be lived in, workshops for industries that proved irrelevant in the heavens. A failed factory stands here. It is turning slowly into glass. Its edges gleam sharply in the light of the clockwork sun. We could try and get some panes of glass. Could be useful. You'll need to cut them loose separately. One careless move could result in a cloud of razored glass. I trust my crew. You select the most light-fingered and habitually cautious members of your crew. With chisels and pry bars, they shear away several large sheets of glass from the vitreous mass. Nice. That's some good stuff. Glass is worth a lot of money. Never say no to free high-value goods. I will take a quick look in the shop here as well. I'd like to know if we can get some bits to fill in some of the holes of my ship. So, armor plating? Are we missing a captain slot as well? You are being weird. You're a guest. Gold Dreadnought, help. Damn it. Glorious Dreadnought, bloody help. Ugh. I missed. Oh god. This is bad. This is fine. Okay, never mind. Panic over. Oh, Christ. I swear to God, if this Dreadnought comes in and steals the kill, I'm going to be so mad. Ow! Oh my God. I put myself in a very, very bad position. Jesus. That was not worth it. That really hurt. The Dreadnought rocks like an empty cradle. It has been colonized by the guests. A wormy, lonely species that craves the warmth of inhabited places. But one guest calls others. Soon every inch of the engine was filled with slug-like worms, and the crew were crushed. I desperately need to repair my hull, so let me just do that. Good lord. Soon the sound of hammering resonates throughout your locomotive. as engineers apply steel bandages to her scars. Oof. I would like to talk to Her Majesty. Your golden dreadnoughts are bloody useless. Didn't even try to help. The only reason I thought it would be okay. I was like, well, there's a golden dreadnought there, you know, one of the most powerful ships in Her Majesty's fleet. I'm sure it'll help me kill this obviously hostile creature that's attacking me. Nope. I'm gonna send a very angry letter. I'm gonna use the red pen. Maybe sign it with correspondence or something. Oh dear. No, don't do it. Aye. Fitzgerald. I don't think I've ever actually killed a glorious dreadnought. Ow. Bugger. At least we can repair here. Oh. No sooner have you pulled into the sidings than a long-faced man in a battered coat approaches your locomotive and asks for a moment of your time. Oh, this is the smuggler. He fiddles with the bent brim of his hat as you approach, his face as solemn as a basset hound. His voice is nasal, his eyes grey. I will not wish you a good day. You are a person of intelligence, and that the day is manifestly miserable. I myself am newly afflicted by the gout, which has made my mornings a parade of wretchedness. No doubt you have your own misfortunes, into which I will not pry. Instead, let us move to the happier subject of business. I have heard amenable things about you from several mutual acquaintances. My employer may have work for you. Profitable work, but perilous and profoundly illegal. Should you be interested, seek me at the Admiral Benbow Inn here in London. With that, he takes his leave, tutting at the thickness of the fog before he dons his crooked hat and vanishes into the crowd. Okay, that's the smuggling tale. What do we start with here? Let's start with the ambition. Jubilation Day. I have read this before, but I will read it again just for the sake of completeness. During Jubilation Day, London celebrates its conquest of the sun that once ruled Albion. Clergy of the new sequence, backed by exultant choirs, preach from every balcony, exhorting the light and order of the man-made clockwork sun. Banners flutter from state buildings. Hosannas are sung to the Queen. Fireworks crack in the sky, dying in brief blazes. The last time you saw the earnest agitator, you attended the festivities together. We have a few options. We can watch the burning of a gilded effigy in Hyde Park, where avenues are lined with bronzewood saplings, broad as old oaks. Crowds have gathered. Flames lick at the king of ours' shins. His guilt peels and blackens. When the fire reaches his waist, and one arm cracks and falls into the conflagration, the crowd cheers. When you were here with the earnest agitator, she seemed distracted. Once you caught her watching you, the firelight gold on her face. When you asked what was the matter, she said nothing and turned away. Well, let's get a bag of rubbery lumps. They don't taste like they did back when London lay in its gloomy cavern below the earth. Presumably one can't get the lumps, but lump substitutes have been invented. It is best not to speculate upon what hides within their crunchy batter. You have been chewing this one for some time, for example, and the less you know, the better. When you were here with the earnest agitator, she brought 1 bag of lumps for you and 2 for herself. She considered herself a connoisseur. Alright, let's return to the place that we last saw our friend. Soon, the clocks will chime 11, the hour you parted. The two of you had walked to the edge of Suffolk Isle in order to escape the crowds. London sprawls across plates of skyrock connected with bridges, furunculars, stairs, and in less salubrious cases, ladders. Suffolk is one of the higher plates. A simple railing discourages you from its edge. The clockwork sun is behind you, dimmed for the night. Stretching before you are the darker skies, stuffed with far, fierce stars. Below, where the lower, poorer districts are caked in smog, the sounds of raucous celebrations continue. The clocks begin to chime. Your friend, not here. You find a bench and wait. Fireworks flare and whistle. The clocks strike 12 at precisely the same second. The horological office keeps them to perfect time. Still, there's no sign of your friend. The clocks chime 1. She's not coming. Your friend missed your appointed meeting. Track down where they have been living in London. Okay, let's find our missing friend. The earnest agitator did not come to your arranged meeting. Something is wrong. The seasoned captain said she was spending most of her time in London. She must have lodgings here. Well, we don't have the ministry this time, do we? So we need to speak to mutual acquaintances. You'll need to reacquaint yourself with a number of people you have also lost contact with. You focus your efforts on the dark factories where, when the last shift had ended, revolutionaries gathered to enact their schemes of the Calendar Council. No one has seen your friend in some time, and not at all since the fire. The fire? Apparently there was a fire in the building where she rented rooms. No bodies were found, but she hasn't been seen since. You are able to secure the address. The building your friend lived in was a narrow lodging house, divided into too many apartments. Now it's a blackened husk, still standing only because it's wedged between houses on either side. The constabulary have boarded it up. A pair of homeless gentlemen, occupying the opposite doorway, are happy to tell you about it. Oh, we saw it. They said it was a gas fire. Burned blue, didn't it, George? Ah, says George. Blue. Okay. You understand that your friend lived in the garret. Let's search the ruin. Prying aside the boards, you enter. The fire stink claws at your throat. Thin stairs, warped and blackened, lead upwards. When you set foot onto the first step, it collapses. You're forced to inch up, testing each one as you go. The roof has collapsed, exposing the garret to the air. Blackened beams jut like ribs from a slew of tumbled tiles. Let's search the ruin, but carefully. The building's shell groans in the slightest wind. You unearth a few burned pages from the rubble. None are untouched by the fire, and many blotted by rain. But you manage to pick out a handful of gnomic phrases. Constellations and conjunctions. Chrysanthemum, amaranthine, nepothine, liberation. Meg, the fire that follows. The courtesy's bloodhound. King of hours, green regent. Consult the rolls of ash. This latter one has the bedeviled Diadac's name written at the top. If Meg is Spatchcocker Meg, that's 2 of your acquaintances from the Promise of Days named in these papers. Is this the important work they were helping the earnest agitator with? It's time they talked to you. Another 1,000 experience, fantastic. And now we have to go back to New Winchester, which is as far as we got last time. Except this time, we'll pick a different one that isn't the Blue Kingdom. Do I want to speak to the insistent surveyor? Sure, why not? The surveyor has become a regular presence at the pubs near St. Dominic's Station. She's been looking for a partner in some ill-defined and costly project. Thus far, she has no takers. She has brown skin, and her face sports the beginnings of a frown that never matures but never quite goes away. She wears a sensible green coat with a sensible green cape. Won't you join me for a drink, Captain? Sure. Perhaps there is an opportunity here, one that others lack the imagination or ambition to see. She shows you to her table, buys you a drink and refreshes her own glass of wine. My proposal will not make us rich. In fact, it is likely to be ruinously expensive. But if we're successful, we will change the skies forever. You press her for details. She's coy. One step at a time, Professor. First, we must conduct a thorough investigation of the ruins at Duskin's Deep, beyond Warbley-Juster-Mare. I am confident in my theory, but until it is tested, all else is speculation. I need passage for myself and my work crew on a locomotive fitted with assaying equipment. If I am right, I'll explain it all. Okay. Sure, I'll offer to transport her to Duskin's Deep. Why not? Do I have a saying device on my ship? Wow, I do. Could colour me surprised. You have the necessary equipment and room on your engine, assuming the surveyor's team are willing to double up with your crew. I could press her for more information. Let's do it. You don't like to sign up to endeavours half-informed. You know she keeps secrets. She never goes anywhere without a battered old journal bitten by Skyfrost. She leans forward and lowers her voice. Old paths cross the sky, worn by the passage of something ancient and vast. By building transit relays at either end of these paths, we can access them and use them to travel to far corners of the sky. I believe I've located another such road, one that links Albion directly to Eleutheria. I want to build a new relay. Skyfarers wouldn't have to cross the Reach to get from one to the other anymore. Albion would have all the midnight glories of Eleutheria on its doorstep. Sure, let's go. I would love that gate. Her team are loyal and orderly, squeezing into the available cabins without complaint. They bring with them a great deal of equipment for excavation, for construction, and an array of delicate instrumentation of uncertain function. Once aboard, the surveyor beams with excitement. She hurries to a window to watch as London is left behind. She has been waiting for this for a long time. Okay, so I'm guessing in order for us to return our friend here, yes, we need to explore London. Here we go. Let's bring Percy Blythe home. He has been a silent, grim passenger. His eyes are flecked with gold, his cheeks wet with tears. An inquiry at the Ministry, in one of their more approachable offices near the station, results in an armada of black-clad auditors descending upon your engine. Questions are asked, crew are probed, Percy Blythe is subjugated to a number of intrusive questions, all of which he answers perfectly. His memory and his lucidity seems much improved by his time aboard your engine. He is eager to leave with the auditors when asked. He turns his pale gaze on you one last time. Thank you, Captain. All shall be well. You've done us a great service. He leaves your engine with the auditors, trailing spores as he goes. Oh no, I feel like that's not as good as I thought it was going to be. We've lost 10 strength of the sun. We've gained 1 cryptic benefactor and 1,000 experience. Percy Blythe is gone. Let's deliver the Christmas card while we're here as well. The card is for the obsolescent weaver at a slum near the vast textile factory. A child returning from work gives you directions. The weaver sits by the window, breathing through a soot-grey cloth. When you hand her the card, she peers at it to read the address, then fumbles it open. Finally, she speaks, while considering the factory opposite. Obsolescent is polite. Useless is what I am. Can't even patch up their uniforms. I'm nothing but a burden. Not that them here would admit it. Bunch of kind-hearted fools. The old weaver fetches an ancient carpet bag from the corner. Your counsel thinks I can be of use. Makes a bloody change. I owe it to my neighbours to try. Anyway, I'll meet the contact now. Okay. Should we attend the meeting with the gloomy middleman? Sure. He conducts business in a smoky corner of the Admiral Benbow Inn, down in the smoggy lower levels of the city. The middleman is nursing the same glass of beer he began the evening with. Oh, Prof. To claim it is a good evening would be duplicitous, but it is at least an evening, and here you are in it. He waits until you sit. My employer can open a profitable door for you. There are goods that Her Majesty's government do not want to see bought or sold. Prohibition begets scarcity. Scarcity begets profit. One example of this contraband is red honey gathered by the Midnight Rose at Titania. Unfortunately, supplies have dried up. Prove your value, find out why, and fix the problem. Oh yes, I remember. We don't need to set up the princess here. Let's go back to wander the streets. Should we pick up the clay... Oh wait, perhaps not even. Should we pick up the clay conductor while we're here? A hulking clay man in a heavy coat stands on the platform. The clay men were an underclass in old London. Very few of them came to the skies. This one holds an urn to his chest. You're a captain. You can perform funeral rites, he says, nodding to the urn in his arms. Then I want to travel. He pauses for a long moment, and then, as if feeling something more might be expected, I could help out on your engine. Sure. There are a few words about death in the sky. Skyfarers are accustomed to impromptu funerals. You ask the conductor where he would like to hold the ceremony. He looks about, confused, as though he hadn't expected the question. At last he comes to a conclusion. Here will do, he says, indicating the crowded thoroughfare. You and a few of the more respectable of your crew gather for a brief funeral. Everyone has at least something in black. You offer the expected phrasings before pausing for the eulogy. The clay conductor shakes his head. You do it, he grunts. I'm going to insist that he does it. There's a long silence. Your crew look at their feet, acutely aware of the awkwardness. The silence continues. Finally, the clay conductor speaks. He was a clay man. He travelled on the Figaro. A pause. He was a good singer. The clay conductor looks at you. Where's your engine? I'm ready to assume my duties. Fantastic. And with that, I guess I'll end this episode here. We found out what happened to Percy Blythe. We also managed to pick up the smuggling quest, which I should probably look at doing because smuggling is a fantastic way of making money. What do I do with the Christmas cards? You've been asked to act as a postman for the calendar council. There is one card left. But I delivered it to the Welshman and this person. Who am I supposed to deliver the last card to? Uh-oh. That's going to be a fun problem. That sounds like next episode's problem. Either way, I'm going to thank you all very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Your comments are greatly appreciated. Thank you again to the members of the channel and the coffee supporters. It really does mean the world to me. And as always, I'll see you next time.